Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
The countdown is on for candy collection, and we got a treat for you when it comes to the forecast. Temperatures will be in the 50s and 60s tonight. Perfect weather for trick-or-treating.
Hey there, I'm Patty Santos here at Monte Vista Historic District, one of the very popular places for trick-or-treaters. If you're coming into one of these popular neighborhoods, the do's and don'ts.
Try not to drop wrappers. Every year we have to go around cleaning up candy wrappers.
Back-to-back turnovers, last two possessions. Oh, what a block by Wembanyama, his fourth block of the game. 2:20 left. Victor Wembanyama.
I mean, that's just unreal right there. Your San Antonio Spurs are now 5-0 to start the season. For the first time in franchise history, we're going to show you what you may have missed and what the team is saying after another big win.
But first, let's get to some breaking news. More than 30 San Antonio fire units are at a fire at a vacant motel on the city's northeast side. Our Alex Gomez is there now. So, Alex, what do you know so far?
Yeah, so this fire actually started not that long ago, maybe about an hour ago, and this was the scene from a previous fire last night, a little after 9 p.m. last night. There was a fire here where crews actually came out, San Antonio Fire Department came out, they conducted a search, and they said that this was a vacant motel and that nobody was inside. So right now, this is the second time San Antonio fire crews had to come out and put out this fire. When I was on my way about 15 minutes ago, there was heavy smoke in a lot of this area right here. As I got closer, I realized that the fire was, the smoke was coming from this location. I believe it's going to be the Econo Lodge right off of 35 southbound near Whirlwind Drive. And right now we do have multiple ladder engines here, and they're just pretty much putting out a lot of that smoke. Right now, all of that smoke has dwindled down. The flames are gone, and it looks like they're going to be conducting another search just to make sure and confirm that nobody else was in here. Now, according to EMS scanners, they do believe this time around this was intentionally set. That's not confirmed yet. Arson is being called out to confirm that, so I'm going to stay on scene and see if more details arise from this one, Sarah.
All right, thank you very much for that update, Alex. We'll continue to follow the very latest situation there on the northeast side, but want to welcome you back to the studio right here. Good morning to everyone. It is Halloween, y'all.
Happy Halloween, Friday. We've made it to Friday.
That too, yes, very important.
What a sweet way to end the week with some Halloween treats, and Justin's got some good treats for us in the forecast.
Yes, indeed. It's looking really good for not only Friday, as you said, but also Halloween. It's a great way to end the week. Let's go outside for you. It's chilly again. I think temperatures will end up pretty close to where they were yesterday morning. Of course, we got all the way down to 40. Maybe not quite that cold, but low 40s for sure. And right now we're sitting at 45. 43 New Braunfels, 44 Converse. We are down to 34 in Bernie, so that is a location that we will watch to see if we briefly touch freezing this morning. Additionally, there is a little bit of a breeze, so that means there is a wind chill too. It feels like it's in the low 40s. Jackets necessary again this morning as you head to the bus stop. We will start, as I said, in the 40s, but look where we end up. 77 this afternoon. Beautiful sunny skies. Picture perfect. Yesterday was great. Today will be equally as nice. And this is the all-important forecast, right? Trick-or-treating tonight. By 7 o'clock, 65, 61 at 8 o'clock, 9 p.m., 58 and 56 by 10 p.m. So, again, really, really nice. Maybe a light jacket needed over your Halloween costume. Now, this weekend, we are still looking for a few showers on Saturday, maybe some increased clouds as well. We'll get into that forecast and talk about some Halloween climatology for you as well here in just a couple minutes.
Justin, thank you. Well, all eyes are on Monday after President Trump overnight called on the Senate to scrap the filibuster so Republicans can reopen the government without Democratic support. The government shutdown is now the second longest in U.S. history, and there's still no end in sight. If the filibuster is scrapped, it would allow Republicans to pass a bill to fund the government with a simple majority vote instead of the 60 votes currently needed. Democrats say they are refusing to open the government until Republicans agree to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies to prevent health insurance premiums from going up next year. The stalemate comes as millions worry their food stamp benefits could run out tomorrow. And this morning, the FBI has fired a special agent here in San Antonio connected to the probe into President Donald Trump. So Aaron Tapp, the special agent in charge of the FBI San Antonio office, was terminated. He had previously helped oversee investigations into Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. One of those probes focused on the fake elector scheme. Republicans have recently released FBI records showing details of that investigation and accused the FBI's leaders of political motives. Tapp has been with the FBI for more than 20 years. His firing comes amid broader allegations of political purges within the agency.
And today will be day 15 of the trial for 3 former San Antonio police officers and that are accused of killing Melissa Perez. Incorrect information on the arrest affidavit has been at the center of testimony the past few days. The lead detective in the case, Ronald Soto, took the stand for the 4th day in a row. In Soto's arrest affidavit, he wrote that Perez was near the hallway of her apartment when officers shot at her, but body cam video from one of the officers showed that she was walking towards the officers with a hammer at the time. During the defense's questioning, Soto admitted that he was wrong when he wrote the arrest affidavit. It found guilty Eleazar Alejandro, Alfred Lopez, and Nathaniel Villalobos all face up to life in prison. And testimony expected again to continue later on this morning at 9:15. We are live streaming this trial. You can watch it all on all of our streaming platforms on KSAT.com. All right, today is the last day to vote when it comes to early voting for the November 4th election right around the corner. More than 119,000 people in Bexar County have voted so far.
Yeah, usually people discuss Props A and B on Bexar County ballot. They've been presented as a pair. But what happens if there's a split result? The rodeo indicated again this week their plans would stay roughly the same. Prop A would fund a makeover of county facilities around the Frostbank Center and pave the way for the year-round rodeo-style events, while Prop B would help pay for a new Spurs arena downtown.
Now, if you, the voters, approve Prop A, the head of the rodeo says that they're going to have nicer and fancier facilities. And if you don't, then he's saying that they will not have that. And he says that while they may not attract some high-end events at times, they still plan to hold more year-round events at the rodeo.
Both get shot down. In that case, none of these plans go ahead. I mean, what's the plan then?
Our plan will remain the same. Again,
Which is year-round?
I can't speak on behalf of the Spurs,
Okay, right.
but I would say I think it's pretty safe to say that they're not staying there. They publicly stated that. So we would begin planning on the year-round operations on our end on that lower level without the nicer facilities. They would roll out what their plans are in their due time when they're ready to tell us.
Well, a Spurs spokesperson declined to comment on the possibility of a split result, beyond saying they're focused on getting both propositions passed and there is not a plan B. She did not respond when we asked if the Spurs plan to eventually leave the Frostbank Center regardless of what happens next Tuesday night. So again, today is the last day you can vote early before the election on November 4th. If you want to learn more about what is on the ballot and where to vote, scan that QR code you see on the corner of your screen there. According to Bexar County Elections Department, these are the busiest and slowest polling locations that are on your screen right now.
All right, let's talk about the San Antonio Spurs. Wemby and the Spurs making some franchise history last night at the Frostbank Center as they hosted the Miami Heat. Now, late in the game, the Spurs down 1 when Devin Vassell gets a big bucket there and gives the Spurs the lead for good. And then seconds later, look at my man Wemby stepping outside, hitting the three. San Antonio never looks back as they win this one 107-101. The Spurs improved to 5-0. Get this, for the first time in franchise history. Wemby had 27 points, 18 rebounds, and 5 block shots.
I thought his defensive presence and the ground he covered in the second half felt more demonstrative than the first half. And I thought you could really see it there at the start of the third quarter and then again when we needed it in the fourth.
All right, well, the Spurs will next play the Phoenix Suns. That's going to be Sunday night at 7 o'clock. So that one's going to be on the road. San Antonio going for that 6-0 start, maybe 6 or 7. Yes, I think producer Hardy wrote that in there.
6-7.
Yeah, 6-7. Okay, let's give you an update on the roads right now because here's our citywide map and a couple different things that we're following at the moment as we give you a look at your first check of traffic at 510. An incident right here on 410. I think that's a little bit further up the road at Cherry Ridge, so I'll keep an eye on that situation. And then actually I-10 out in the far east side of town. That's going to be one of our major trouble spots at the moment, but everything else is looking pretty good across the city. As I do just a quick zoom here and show you exactly where this closure is taking place. I-10 headed out of the San Antonio area past 1518. All right, so we know Alex is covering that fire, so let's go to Justin right now. Justin.
Thanks, sir. We'll go outside with ICAM. It is 5:10 and temperatures sitting in the mid-40s right now. Don't forget we fall back on Sunday. We fall back on Sunday at 2 a.m. Sunrise will be at 7:47. Sunrise Sunday will be at 6:48. Sunset Sunday night 5:46. Your weekend forecast is coming up.
Well, just in time for Halloween, a new virtual nightmare you can step right into. Plus, YouTube's adding a little magic to your likes with surprise animations that pop right off your screen. Well, scare this week in shirts as law enforcement urging parents to keep an extra close eye on their kids, especially with Halloween being tonight.
That's right. KSAT reported that a 10-year-old girl in shirts was approached by a man that she did not know. Pashada Pope shares what shirts and San Antonio police say all parents can do to prevent trick-or-treating dangers.
The Spurs police are investigating after they say a 10-year-old child was walking on Red Cedar Cove when a man she didn't know tried to convince her to walk with him. But the quick-thinking child went to a neighbor's house for help.
Search PD is calling the incident isolated, but back in September, there were 2 other similar incidents. Right now, investigators are not clear if these are related. But with the costumes and face painting of Halloween, they want parents to make sure they are hyper-vigilant with all safety tips.
Just plan your route. Stick to well-lit streets in familiar neighborhoods. Be visible. Carry flashlights, glow sticks, or add some type of reflective to the costumes.
Officer Anna Kraft with Search PD says, know what streets and neighborhoods you're going for trick-or-treating, so you know if there are sidewalks, street lights, or possibly homes that may have dogs. San Antonio police officer Emily Garvin adds, staying in your own neighborhood can provide a sense of security.
I think we'd like to encourage, kids trick-or-treating wherever they do live by, so that way in case they do get lost, they are familiar with the locations and they can go ahead and head home.
Also, knowing beforehand where you're going can give you time to go to the DPS Sex Offenders Registry. You provide an address to start your search, and it provides public information on registered offenders in that area. Kraft and Garvin say the other safety tips are avoid homes that have the porch light off, walk on the sidewalks, don't eat the candy until it's inspected, and if you see something, say something. With that said, Kraft says there is a tip you may not have thought about.
We actually take pictures of our kids before we go out. 1, as memories. 2, so we can know this is what our kids will look like and also to account for how many kids are in my group.
Kraft says this will help you see if someone, be it an adult or a child, has attached themselves to your group. Pashada Pope, KSAT 12 News.
All right, thank you very much for that, Pashada. Good advice, and you definitely want to make sure to watch out for all those kiddos that are going to be walking later on this evening, the early part of our evening as they get set for what will hopefully be a great trick-or-treating night across our San Antonio area. Let's give you an update on the traffic right now. 410 Cherry Ridge. Earlier, we had reported that TxDOT was saying there was a crash here, but I've not seen anything that's going to be causing too many delays for our folks out here on the near northwest side of town. But, all right, let's talk about this. This might be scary for some folks as they step out for some Halloween activities later tonight. There will be a closure on the northwest side of town. This is going to be 1604 East, the main lanes, and the frontage road over here at the 10 at 1604 interchange. La Cantera at I-10, that's also going to be closed. And the I-10 West frontage road north of the interchange, that's going to be closed as well. This is all starting at 9 o'clock tonight. So if you have plans around the Rim, the Six Flags area, just beware that there will be a few closures there in our area. So we'll continue to give you more information as we get it on some of those construction issues out there. Justin, how are we looking out there on this Friday morning as we get set for some Halloween fun and activities out there?
It's cold, RJ. We had temperatures near 40 yesterday. This morning we're sitting right at about 45. I do think you're going to see these temperatures drop probably into the low 40s this morning, and I'm keeping close watch on the situation in Boerne, Comfort, and Kerrville. Yesterday, Comfort did drop below freezing. I think Boerne, Kerrville, some spots in the hill country, some low-lying areas especially, do have the potential to drop down to freezing this morning, albeit briefly, but it is something we're watching. Not here in San Antonio. And this is where we end up today. Look at these numbers. 77 in San Antonio, 78 Stinson, 73 Boerne, 76 in Bandera. Yesterday was gorgeous. Today will be equally so. Trick-or-treat forecast. We'll start off in the 60s, probably end up in the 50s. I mean, that is, as I said off the top of the show, close to perfect. Just what you want on Halloween. I think it's going to be very enjoyable for kids and parents alike. You look at the Halloween extremes. We show you the extremes because this year is so very nice, but there have been years past where things were not so. 90 last year. That was the warmest Halloween we've ever seen. 27 was the coldest. That was back in 1993. Rainiest, you got to go all the way back to 1896. But my point in showing you this is we are right in the middle, rain-free. Again, really, really good. All right, let's look at the big picture here. We've got a storm system that is still spinning up here across the northeast. Now, this is actually sucking in some moisture from Melissa, and that's why there is some pretty good rain across parts of New England this morning. Melissa is moving into colder water, still holding on as a hurricane. It'll move up towards Newfoundland later today, but we finally will say goodbye to that over the weekend. And then you see this little low here. This drops almost straight south. And as it does, we get kind of clipped by it, but it does bring in some energy tomorrow. And so by, I'd say tomorrow morning, we'll start to see some cloud cover around the area. And then by the afternoon, it's possible we see a couple showers, but I'll tell you this, I just don't think we're going to see a lot. This shows some sprinkly showers maybe around 4 o'clock. It's not something that will mess up your weekend other than cloud cover will be a little thicker tomorrow and maybe we don't see as much sun and yeah, a couple sprinkles here and there, but nothing that's going to really impact your Saturday. So let's break down your weekend. 76 tomorrow, small rain chance. We're going to put 20% in from noon until the afternoon, and you see the progression of temperatures there. On Sunday, 75, sunny and nice. We start off at 51, but end up in the mid-70s with sunny skies. So Sunday, I mean, if you want to compare the two, probably the better, but both days will be just fine. Saturday's games, we got Vanderbilt going to Austin. Temperatures will be in the 60s area. There is that slight chance of a shower in Austin as well. That should be a good game. And Texas Tech travels up to Manhattan, Kansas. 40s for that game, so a little chillier for our Texas Tech Red Raiders. All right, extended forecast, 76 tomorrow, 75 Sunday. And then next week looks quite a bit warmer. I think we'll be in the mid-80s by the end of next week. All right, our Just Ask Justin question this morning. I like horror films. Do you guys? It's something you got to do on Halloween.
No, I don't like them. I don't like TV.
Very okay. She just came right out with it. All right, so which horror franchise has the most sequels? Is it Saw, Halloween, A Nightmare on Elm Street, or Friday the 13th?
I have no clue.
There's a very clear answer here. You can vote, ksat.com/poll, scan the QR code. Let's see your horror film knowledge.
Wow. Okay. I'm not playing. My wife just loves Halloween horror movies, so we've seen about 30 horror movies just this month alone.
Oh wow.
I've never
she
seen
rewatches all those.
any of those on the list.
What?
Are you serious?
Wow.
I can't.
Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers.
I know the characters, but they scare me. So no.
Oh, Sarah.
All right. Thanks, Justin. All right, ready for a scare you can't escape. A new VR horror experience is coming just in time for Halloween. A special scary first look is next.
In today's Tech Bites, a horror spin-off is coming to a headset near you. The 6-episode series is a spin-off of the 2022 horror classic Talk to Me. It's being made exclusively for Meta headsets and is shot completely in 3D, giving viewers a fully immersive experience. OpenAI is now offering extra credits for its Sora video generating app for a fee. Some creators can now purchase 10 credits for $4. The company currently has a limit of 30 free AI video generations per day, and that number is expected to go down. Finally, YouTube's new like button animations. There are 20 of them customized to the kind of video you're watching. So if it's a car video, you will now see a spinning tire animation when you hit a like button. It's all part of a series of updates meant to make YouTube easier to navigate. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Perry Russum. Have a great day.
All right, 5:25 right now. We want to pass along an important programming note. The TV provider YouTube TV and our affiliate network ABC are in a contract dispute which has caused ABC programming to be taken off YouTube TV until a deal is reached, which includes all ABC programming. KSAT 12 is an affiliate of ABC and does not have any say in this matter.
All our newscasts continue to be streamed on KSAT Plus app and your smart TV or mobile device. If you watch KSAT 12 on something other than YouTube TV, you are not affected. This does not affect any clips or shows from KSAT 12 that you can watch on YouTube. As negotiations are ongoing, we will continue to keep you informed as this progresses.
Okay, 5:26 right now. 45 degrees outside, Sarah.
Feels wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, when SNAP funding runs out tomorrow, a local pantry on the west side is ready to step up. We'll tell you how they're asking the community to help and what lawmakers are saying about this standoff.
And ahead on Good Morning San Antonio at 6 o'clock, looking for the best spots to find candy tonight. I mean, who's not? We asked you for your thoughts, and our Patty Santos has a breakdown of some of the best results.
Well, let's get you updated on some breaking news. More than 30 San Antonio fire units are at a fire at a vacant motel on the northeast side. Our Alex Gomez is there now. So, Alex, what updates do you have for us this morning?
Yeah, good morning, Sarah. So it looks like San Antonio Fire Department have everything under control. For the past half hour, I haven't seen any flames or even smoke for that matter, but this is a former Econo Lodge over here on the northeast side. It's going to be on 35 southbound near Whirlwind Drive. And at one point, this fire did tone out around 4 a.m. and it was quickly upgraded to a 2-alarm fire, a second alarm fire, because when crews arrived, they saw fire, they saw heavy smoke in this area, and they just wanted to make sure that everybody was going to be okay. But this is a vacant motel. They haven't found anybody inside, so crews are just going to work on getting everybody to clear this scene pretty soon, because the number of units in this area are already going down. And just to let you know, the southbound access road on I-35 over here is going to be shut down from Thousand Oaks, so there's no entryway into 35 or even 410 westbound. You have to make your way to Waltham this morning. But it does, again, look like San Antonio Fire Department crews do have everything under control over here at this former Econo Lodge. So.
Well, Alex, thank you so much.
All right, good morning to everyone out there as we start our 5:30 half hour. Look at that. It is Halloween officially. Those are a little creepy back there, those jack-o'-lanterns. Little scarecrow action.
It's scary.
Yes. Happy Halloween to everyone out there.
Hey, Justin, kind of the ideal Halloween weather that we haven't had in a while.
I think so. I mean, I was trying to think of years past. I think last year was okay. It was a little warm. We've had some rainy years in the past, but this is perfect. I mean, it really is. Right now we're at 45. I know it's a little chilly. And yes, more jackets this morning as you head off to school. Temperatures, 43 New Braunfels, 44 Converse. We are down to 34 in Bernie. Again, we're right on the edge there. We'll see if we do briefly get down to freezing there this morning. One of the cooler spots. Our forecast today, 74 2 o'clock, 77 4 p.m. That'll be our high temperature. And I put the evening forecast in here to show you that, yes, we may start off in the 70s, but we'll end up in the 60s and the 50s by the time you're ending trick-or-treating. So this is, again, I think close to ideal. What about the weekend? 76 on Saturday. There is a 20% chance of rain during the afternoon. And then on Sunday, we're going to go 75 after starting off in the low 50s. But sunny skies and turning out beautiful for Sunday, too. I mean, we got a pretty good forecast headed your way. We do have the drought monitor out, though, and I want to show you what it is showing us when it comes to the drought situation after last weekend's rain. More on that in just a couple minutes.
Thank you very much, Justin. Our top story this half hour, a local food pantry is prepared to help fill the gap when funding for the SNAP food assistance programs runs out tomorrow, November 1st. It's called Inner City Development. People go there for food all the time, and now with the ongoing federal government shutdown, staff at the Westside Food Pantry expect more people to go there for help.
We've been lucky here. People have been generous. And it's saying, can you be a little more generous? You're already a generous person. Can you help a little more?
Now, the folks there showed off their food pantry to Congressman Joaquin Castro. The Democratic leader called on Republicans in Congress to end the shutdown. Meanwhile, Republican Senator John Cornyn and Congressman Tony Gonzalez each issued written statements saying that Democrats are the holdouts in the shutdown stalemate.
Well, as far as state leaders, Democrats are urging Governor Greg Abbott to use emergency state funding to help with SNAP benefits. So in a letter to Governor Abbott, Democrats want him to use executive authority to declare a state of emergency. According to the Texas Tribune, Governor Abbott's office said, in part, quote, Senate Democrats should immediately end their government shutdown by approving legislation that already passed the U.S. House that will fully fund the government and ensure Texans don't go hungry, end quote. Well, Meanwhile, Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias is giving San Antonio fans more than laughs this weekend. He's turning his show into a food drive for a good cause. So Sunday morning from 10 to noon, you can drop off canned foods at the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club off Loop 410. So 5 cans gets you a wristband to his 3 p.m. show. 10 cans gets you 2, and so forth. So no tickets are being sold. It's first come, first serve for the first 350 people. Fluffy says you can expect a few special guests as well.
Okay, continuing our story here, this coverage, a story that KSAT investigates first broke last month. The city of Uvalde trying to block the release of records related to the death of a congressional staffer for Congressman Tony Gonzalez. Uvalde police say that Regina Santos Aviles died last month after catching on fire in her own backyard while she was alone. Our KSAT Investigates team asked for copies of the 911 calls related to this, but in a letter sent to the Attorney General's office, the city of Uvalde argued that those should be kept private, something that Santos Aviles' husband also is agreeing with at this moment. Uvalde City's attorney says it's, quote, publicly known that Santos Aviles died from self-inflicted injuries. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's office confirms it's still working to figure out what caused her death.
Well, a call for action to prevent another tragedy. District 6 City Councilman Rick Galvan wants an immediate traffic study of Marbach Road on the city's west side. This comes after a John Jay High School was recently hit and killed by a truck while crossing the road in a crosswalk. So KSAT has been following this story since September when that student was hit. Councilman Galvan wants to activate school zone flashing lights during lunch hours, review street design, and identify safe walking routes. So Galvan has requested the city work with Northside ISD on this. Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones has confirmed the city's Public Works Department will review safety along Marbach Road.
5:36 right now, and this morning, one area man's home on the floodplain is standing on new heights in Center Point. This is Mike Blackledge. His house on the Guadalupe River was destroyed by the July 4th floods. He has not been able to get the permits needed to start the rebuilding process until his property was raised above the floodplain. But today, some good news after a Center Point Foundation called Annie's Helping Hands raised more than $17,000 for Mike's home to be lifted another 3 feet.
I've had a tremendous amount of, community support, and it's been overwhelming at times.
So the foundation hopes to raise more money in order to help more homeowners and flood victims in the Texas Hill Country. And to find the link to that nonprofit, all you got to do is search for this story on our website, ksat.com. All right, and let's check out your traffic authority right now as we get you set to hit the roads right now at 5:37. Good morning to everyone out here. And some good news, we have cleared out all the incidents right here at 410 and Cherry Ridge. So no major incidents to let you know about at the moment out there for our folks on the near northwest side of town. And another reminder that later today we will have a closure 1604 East and parts of the frontage road at I-10 West will be shut down, like at the Parkway as well. 9 o'clock tonight as we get set for some Halloween activity out there. So if you're going to be hanging out by the rim, just keep this one in mind. Everything else right now is accident free across the city of San Antonio. Justin?
Thanks, sir. We'll go outside with live cam 537, 45 degrees. Coming up, we're going to look at the Lost Maples report. The maple's still green at this point, but this cool air could really help things. We'll give you an update coming up.
Well, it's Halloween night in San Antonio. We're going to take you to the neighborhoods with the best treats and give you the best ways to keep your little goblin safe.
Hey there, good morning. You're watching GMSA. We got the candy ready for tonight. The decorations are up and the list right here of the best places to go trick-or-treating. That's coming up. Hey there, good morning. Nothing says lit like being in one of the list of the best neighborhoods in San Antonio to go trick-or-treating. We're in one of those neighborhoods this morning. We got the candy ready to go. We asked some of you on social media where you think, which neighborhood you think has the best vibes, the best candy, the best decorations. Here's what some of you guys said. Not surprising, a lot of you said King William near the downtown area, Windcrest, Stone Oak, Alamo Heights near the Quarry area, and of course Monte Vista, the neighborhood that we are in this morning just north of downtown, also on that list. It might be the white streets, the treats, or the giant decorations that we've seen here, but it is happening. Ryan Reed, a homeowner here, says they bought about 100 pounds of candy and they expect anywhere from 300 to 500 trick-or-treaters. Parents, they remind you, no matter where you go trick-or-treating tonight, talk to your kids about being respectful.
Exactly as you said, trick or treat and thank you, that goes a long way. Try not to drop wrappers. Every year we have to go around cleaning up candy wrappers, but I think for the most part everyone's friendly. We've never had any issues. Everyone's polite.
As you head out to the neighborhoods this morning, here's a few things to remember. Avoid the dark houses. That probably means there's no candy there. Stay in groups and make sure that you walk, don't run. Stay on the sidewalks. They say don't trample the grass. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, parents, we're going to talk about your driving and how what you might be doing could get you in trouble in some of these popular neighborhoods. We'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you very much for that, Patty. Yeah, pretty cool displays there. This morning, I want to give a huge thank you to Brooks Gives Back. I was their MC at their 7th annual Dia de los Muertos Gala. This was on the southeast side last night at Hangar 9. This was an event to honor our loved ones that have passed on, but also raise money for families, kids, schools, and seniors on the south and southeast sides of town. You saw a picture right there. That was Dr. Carmen Tafoya. She was the keynote speaker, delivered a beautiful speech about Day of the Dead and how we are connected to each other. That's me and my wife right there. Yes, we were out there yesterday evening, and also how we're connected to our ancestors. She also discussed the meaning. I thought about you, Sarah, here. Behind the monarch butterflies. I know you've done a lot of Day of the Dead stuff with the monarchs. So this was just a beautiful event filled with remembrance, food, fun, music, Catrinas Calaveras. And this year they distributed $110,000 to 3 organizations, also raising nearly $75,000 for United Way Brooks Impact Fund. Pretty cool event there, yes. And I was honored to be there, again, the MC there.
Very cool.
Fantastic.
Back to Patty's story, the top neighborhoods.
Yeah.
What did y'all think about that list? King William?
Well, look, I was at King William last year, so I live in Southtown, so it's literally like a couple of blocks away.
Get a good crowd.
It's a great crowd, yeah. And everyone's real respectful, and people don't drive through the streets, so yes,
this is my first year trick-or-treating, so I'm really excited to pick a neighborhood.
You got little Dottie with you in tow.
I know, I'm so excited.
All right, guys, quick check of our traffic right now as we take a look at our citywide map, and you see that red line on the top of your screen right there. That's going to be our situation on the northeast side of town, so no major accidents to let you know about at the moment, but 35, basically right here at Wiedner Road, you see it backed up all the way from this one particular particular spot, headed towards Topper Wine and going past Judson Road. So slow going right there, about a 15-20 minute delay, maybe even more as we get you closer to your 6 o'clock hour. Let's check in with Alex right now in Drive Cam and see how things are looking. Earlier he was coming to fire for us and he's back on the roads. Alex, what are we looking at?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. And just a reminder that the 35 South Access Road is going to be completely blocked off, half of because of construction, and the other half is because that's where that fire is seen, is at 35 South near Whirlwind Drive. So if you need to get on 35 or 410 from Thousand Oaks, you have to make your way to Randolph Boulevard and then to Walsham, RJ.
Okay, thank you very much for that update for all of our folks there on the near northeast side of town. All right, Justin, a lot of folks going to be out and about tonight. How we looking?
It's looking good. And you know, we put out an inflatable cat this Halloween. Ours is kind of lame compared to this this decoration here. The Quinones family sent this in, and that is pretty awesome. The lighting there just really sets the stage for tonight's Halloween. We appreciate it. Hey, send in your Halloween decorations. We'd love to show them, or your costumes or whatever. We love to share them with everybody. So yeah, share with us on KSAT Connect. That's the best way to do it. Okay, the Lost Maples foliage report. We're starting to get into that season now. At last check, the maples are still fairly green. They said there were some leaves trying to start to change, but we're still pretty early on, I think. Sycamores and walnuts are changing, so those are starting to provide some color. We've probably got a little while longer before we get, you know, full-on change here, but know that reservations fill up at Lost Maples, so it's something you want to start making reservations for as we get further into November. And I think this cold front will help us to start to get some of that change. All right, drought monitor came in yesterday. We did see some improvement, especially across Medina County. We went from exceptional to extreme drought, but bottom line is it is still very dry. We're still below average with rainfall, and we've still got an extreme drought for parts of southeastern portions of our viewing area. And really, we continue to be one of the hardest hit areas in the state when it comes to lack of rainfall. For the year, we're at 26.28. The average is 28.19, so we're still running about 2 inches below average here in San Antonio. Del Rio is 11 inches below average, so they're really struggling out there. And rainfall, it feels like it's been hard to come by as of late. Of course, we did get some good rain last weekend. Outside right now, 45, clear skies, no rain out there at this hour. 43 New Braunfels, 44 Converse, 36 in Boerne, so temperatures actually came up a little bit there in Boerne. 48 at 9 o'clock, by noontime 68. And then we'll see temperatures top out at around 77. And as I've been saying, 50s and 60s expected for the trick-or-treat hour. All right, Futurecast. As far as rain goes tomorrow, there is a small chance a little disturbance rolls down through the plains. That starts to bring in some clouds Saturday morning. And then we may start to see a few sprinkly showers by the afternoon. Odds of rain, 20%. And if we see any, it'll be very light, so we're not going to get much rain out of this. But it is a possibility tomorrow. And I think it'll be a little more gray, but that is the only day in which we have clouds because you look at the extended forecast and it's sunny the rest of those days. 77 again today, mid-70s this weekend, 79 Monday. Temperatures do start to moderate next week. We're back into the 80s and morning lows will be in the 50s. All right, that's Justin. Has to do with Halloween horror movies. So which horror franchise has the most sequels? Saw, Halloween, A Nightmare on Elm Street, or Friday the 13th? Right now, Friday the 13th just took the lead. Weigh in, ksat.com/poll, scan the QR code for my...
Do you know the answer, RJ?
I think I do.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this. Yes.
I'm clueless. I always count on the viewers, so y'all keep voting. All right, it is 5:52, 45 degrees.
Okay, up next, a massive chainsaw recall because get this chainsaw can definitely leave you with some injuries. There's a little more to this story, though. We're going to break this all down for you coming up next. Coming up on 5:55 on your Friday morning, Halloween morning. Well, this morning, Milwaukee Tool is recalling nearly 100,000 of its chainsaws. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the brake on the chainsaws may not activate, and this poses a risk of someone cutting themselves. The company has received 2 reports of the chain brake not activating, including 1 report of a cut finger. The 14 and 12-inch M18 fuel top handle chainsaws were sold at Home Depot and other home improvement stores and websites across the United States from March of 2023 through September of 2024. Owners should stop using them and contact Milwaukee Tool for a free repair.
Okay, some exciting news for local families. The San Antonio Public Library has just made over 800 new Spanish language ebooks available for children and teens. It's thanks to the digital library platform called MakeMake. The program provides a search tool that focuses on literature from Latin American authors. So MakeMake's digital resources include interactive books, picture books, comics, and more. So if you have a library card, you can access that content now for free from your tablet, computer, or smartphone.
Yeah, our libraries always have some really cool, innovative things that you could do. It's all pretty much digital now. Yeah.
I was at my local library this week when early voting. It took Dottie for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she had a great time.
Look, the highlights book.
Great
I haven't seen one of those in a while there. All right, coming up next on GMSA at 6 o'clock this morning, heavy machinery moving into Ingram's Lake Bed for a new search for some missing people. We're going to show you what this means for the community and the ongoing efforts across the state of Texas.
President Donald Trump urges scrapping the filibuster to reopen the government without Democrats. With the shutdown now the second longest ever, we'll break down what's at stake, including food stamp benefits that could run out tomorrow.
And a quick check of Drive Cam. Alex Gomez surveying things on the northeast side. Seeing some construction over by Walsham. 35 at 410. We're going to break it all down for you coming up in just a bit.